Hello, my name's Richard Bloom. I'm a hypnotherapist. I've been practicing as a hypnotherapist for over 30 years, but my real love is helping people and enabling them to use self-hypnosis, and I'm a self-hypnosis trainer. Today I'm talking about self-hypnosis and how it's used to help with motivation. And I love working with motivation. I think it's a really interesting subject, and everyone is motivated little or a lot. A lot of people want to improve their motivation, but first of all they need to understand a number of things about motivation, and that is that motivation is happening all the time. You can be motivated to stay in bed. You could be motivated to do absolutely nothing. Whatever it is, there is always a motivation to do something, even if the something is nothing. Motivation has to come from within. And it can't be forced from outside through stress or pressure. And we'll be talking about that a little bit more. It's always good to touch upon what is the subconscious mind and how it affects our day-to-day lives. The subconscious mind, I always imagine it as the huge motor company like Ford or Chrysler or something, huge motor company, and your conscious mind is the board of directors. And the board of directors do their very best to manage the huge, massive motor company that is that Ford Motor Company. But very often the motor company may have unions or problems or structures, and they have really pretty much no idea of what is happening minute by minute, day to day on the shop floor, on the production line. And the subconscious is a massive, almighty machine that goes on in the background, pretty much unnoticed by most of us, day in and day out. It operates all of the automatic reactions that we have. Very often, most people, if you're a driver, then you'll notice that your insurance goes down after 2 or 3 years because your subconscious takes over the driving process and is far more effective and far quicker than any conscious reaction. It takes hundreds of hours of practice before the subconscious truly takes over and the conscious mind sets back, and you're busy listening to the radio or thinking about other things, and miraculously, if you're doing the same journey every day, you sometimes forget the whole journey and you've noticed that you've arrived at your destination. The subconscious is always working in the background. It doesn't operate your heart or your lungs. These are other systems that we're talking about. They're deeper systems, autonomic systems. We're talking about the bits in between where you are consciously, you think you're consciously doing something, but in fact it's an automatic reaction. Typing is another one. People who type all day long, very often they notice that they get faster and faster, and after a while they don't even think about what their fingers are doing. It's happening automatically. It's a purely subconscious automated system. Very often people sort of decide to go to the bathroom, and as they're walking towards the bathroom they're thinking about other things, what's on telly, what they did earlier, and by the time they get to the bathroom they think, what am I doing here? Their subconscious, in the meantime, has been taking them up the stairs, down the hall, and into the bathroom, automatically doing its job behind the scenes. So you are naturally drifting in and out of subconscious levels all the time. People may not be aware that everyone drifts into a state of hypnosis just before they're drifting off to sleep, and they experience that same process as they're waking up. And they're normally in a state of hypnosis for about 2 or 3 minutes after they wake up, and very open to ideas and creative options. So we are harnessing a natural state. If you were trying to explain the state of hypnosis to an alien, very often the conversation would go like, well, so I hear you humans sleep 6 to 8 hours a night. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah. So what does it feel like? Well, it feels like you go to sleep and you wake up 6 to 8 hours later, But what do you do whilst you're asleep? Well, I don't know. You feel more rested, and you dream sometimes. I remember my dreams. What do you dream about? Actually, I generally forget about my dreams. Can't remember. Maybe just bits and pieces. So for 6 or 8 hours every night or day, whenever you're sleeping, you can't remember most of what you're doing. No. So how often does this happen? Oh, every night. It's an altered state. You can't measure an altered state. And self-hypnosis, hypnosis is an altered state, just like sleep. You can't feel being asleep and you can't feel being hypnotized. Not really. It's just a deep state of focused relaxation. So that's a bit of a summary on hypnosis and hypnotherapy. And what we're doing is harnessing that whole self-hypnosis technique to help you manage your own thoughts. Self-hypnosis is when you're completely on your own and you're accessing your subconscious mind through this state of hypnosis. But what I do in my course is that I create a connection. And this connection is a connection from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. You'd think they're always connected anyway. Well, in a way they are, but we want to do it in a very managed and structured way so that you can get the results you want. And we create a connection where your subconscious, at every level, any level at all, can answer yes or no. When I say level, we're talking about your access to memories. Sometimes I have clients who can access their subconscious, and we go all the way back to it when they're 2 or 3 months old. Consciously, they have no access to that sort of memory at all. This is all about hypnosis, self-hypnosis, harnessing these self-hypnosis techniques and using them to enable them to motivate themselves. And when I'm working with motivation, I'm quite structured, and we want to see results. We want to see measurable results. So to do that, we break everything down into groups of 10. So if you're very motivated and completely focused, the most focused, motivated you can be, that's 10 out of 10. And 0 is, I really can't be bothered. Yeah. So 10 is the focus motivation of what you want to be, and 0 is the state that you don't want to be in. Now, if you want to be in bed all day, then that's fine. That's your motivation. That's your focus. But most people who come to see me who want to achieve massive changes in their motivation generally want to be doing stuff out of their bed. So that's the first thing, is what is hypnosis? How do you access it? And we access it by taking you into a deep state of focused relaxation, and then connect with your subconscious mind, and we get your subconscious mind to actually answer questions yes and no. Again, this is all covered right at the beginning of my course. What is motivation? Motivation is something that comes from within. As I said, you can be motivated to do absolutely nothing. But most people want to be motivated to achieve a particular goal. And my job is to enable them to achieve that goal. So we use these self-hypnosis techniques to clear away all the blocks, everything that's holding them back, all the ropes, the chains of life that stop people emotionally, psychologically from achieving their goals. Thank you very much for listening to the first of these 3 videos. So today we talked about what is hypnosis, how I teach hypnotherapy, self-hypnosis to enable people to access their subconscious mind by taking them into that deep state of focused relaxation. I then make a communication. I enable them to actually communicate with their subconscious mind and be able to track down the underlying issues that are blocking them from achieving their goals. Then we talked about what is the basics of motivation. And lastly, I talked about what is fear motivation, how it drives you, how fear motivation drains you, stress, cortisol, other hormones that cause long-term damage to your mind and your body. We now know that 70% of nearly all physical ailments start in the mind. I had acid stomach caused by stress. Yes, I get stressed as well. So I immediately used self-hypnosis to track down whatever it was that was causing my anxiety, my stress, my acid stomach, and was able to switch it off. And again, these are the sorts of techniques that I teach on the course. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. It makes it easier for other people to find this video when you click on the like button.
There are several ways that you can get in touch with Richard Bloom. We're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter. All you have to do is look for Richard Bloom Hypnotherapy. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube at the moment, check in the description box below. You'll find links and more information about us. And remember to visit rbhyp.com.